Sounds good. Okay, sounds good. Okay. That again is the head basketball coach for the Central Cass Squirrels, Jay Bachman, with us here on our pregame report. Central Cass again led by Jay Bachman, fourth year at the helm, coming off a 12-12 season from a year ago. Their opponent in Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, a squad that is going to be battling right in the intermixing of Region 1 this season. Drew Froelich is a junior 5'3" guard. They're going to rely on Tiffany Springer, a girl that averaged 5 points per game last year. Also Kendra Kaczynski. Kaczynski is a 6-foot junior forward in the inside, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds per game. Those are going to be really the three valuable pieces for this Aaron Bolenstengel-led Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbird team as season play continues. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups in the preseason girls Class B basketball poll as well. It's Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and Central Cass tonight in Region 1 girls basketball, and you're listening to it right here on 740 The Fan. Okay. And then over the banner, you might need to go in and double check. I think Bob's having some issues, and just take a minute and check if Graham's got everything going. He said it's only staticky noises on Duke FM when he's hearing from Bob. I think it's, again, on Bob's front, though. Okay. Final segment on our pregame report. We thank very much to Josh Linus, our executive producer, back at our 740 The Fan Studios in Fargo. He's doing a great job at the helm. Chase Miller with you here on 740 AM, 107.3 FM, and alongside our 740 The Fan mobile app as well. Before we take a look at the starting lineups between Central Cass and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, let's take a look at the preseason basketball poll. The defending champs in the Kindred Vikings top the poll. 6 of 8 teams that made the state Class B girls basketball tournament last year were in the top 10, and Kindred had 14 first-place votes. They were number 1. They're led by a returning sophomore in Abby Dukeshire, who was state tournament MVP, averaging 28 22.8 points per game and 8.5 rebounds last year for the Kindred Vikings. Again, Kindred number 1. Langdon area Edmore Munich, the Cardinals number 2. They were the consolation championship champions from a year ago. Kelly Ronigan is a senior. She averaged over 18 points per game for a Cardinals squad that went 23-3 from a year ago. Kindred 1, Langdon area Edmore Munich 2. You had Grafton number 3. The Spoilers finished second runner-up last year in Region 2 to Thompson. Kidder County, the Wolves, they are the number 4 team in the poll. They made the state tournament. Trenton number 5 also made the state tournament. Henninger Scranton, the Nighthawks, also made the state tournament number 6, and the same can be said for Thompson, the Tommies, at number 7. Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood at number 8. Richland out of Region 1 at number 9. And 4 Winds, Minnewacan at number 10. Coming into this season, if you talk to a number of coaches, Kindred is going to be the team to beat. They've been there before. They've won state titles before, and they've been to Region 1 championships before. Then it's the Richland Colts, who's got a very good nucleus. After that, could it be Central Cass, an Enderlin, a Northern Cass, a Lisbon, a Hankinson and Oaks, an Oak Grove, a Sargent Central, Tri-State Maple Valley? We'll find out as the season prolongs, but the teams that are going to be expected to be at the top is Kindred and Richland. Can Central Cass made it very tough for the Vikings last year? Can they take the next level up and try to get to that Region 1 title game? And for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they're looking to solidify themselves to get a spot in the quarterfinals in that Region 1 tournament and quite possibly play on the winner's side of the bracket in a semifinal round game once we get later into that Region 1 tournament, which starts with playing games on February the 20th.
Central Cass High School for tonight's Region 1 girls basketball game between the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Wolverines and your Central Cass Squirrels. This game is being played according to rules of North Dakota High School Activity Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players, and spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Before we meet tonight's starting lineup, to stand and move on headgear, face our nation's flag. As a Central Cass pep band under the direction of Jeff Dozovic leads us in our national anthem.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Okay. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups between the visiting Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbirds and the hometown Central Cass Squirrels here on 740. The Fan for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they'll go like this. Tiffany Springer, a 5'6" junior guard, averaged 5 points per game last season. Drew Froelich, a 5'3" junior guard, all-region player, averaging in double digits, 11 points per game. Kaylee Harless, a 5'11" senior center. Then you have Kendra Kaczynski, a 6' junior forward, averaged 6 points and 6 rebounds per game. And Gracie Kaczynski here for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Springer, Froelich, Harless, Kaczynski, Kendra Kaczynski, Gracie here for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll roll like this. Isabel Leonard, they call her Belle, so we were two. A 5'7" senior forward, averaging 6 points per game and 5 rebounds last season. Kaylee McKinnon, a 5'8" sophomore forward, averaging 7.5 points per game last year. Morgan Lee, a 5'8" sophomore guard. Riley Holzer, a 5'6" sophomore guard. And Jalen Cotton, a 5'10" sophomore guard. You have Leonard, McKinnon, Lee, Holzer, and Cotton. The opening tip is up, and it's won by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The Warbirds working right to left. Little man-to-man defense applied by Central Cass. 4 8-minute quarters here in the state of North Dakota in Class B girls basketball as they work it to the high post, low post, jump shot off the mark by Harless, partially deflected by Central Cass. Squirrels quickly run the other way. They go in a transition. The left-handed layup by McKinnon's off the mark from the left block. Rebound comes down to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Quickly in transition. Springer from the left wing. She pops a 3 off the mark long. Rebound by Leonard here for Central Cass. Quickly up and down the floor. You don't even need a shot clock as they go kick out left-hand side. Here comes a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. That's Belle Leonard with the opening points this season for Central Cass. And now they want to press, and they get a turnover going right to the rim. Leaves one off the mark. No good. That's me with Riley Holzer, but the opening turnover on the night for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbird. And the Warbirds come right back down. Drew Froelich with a little Euro step. She'll get 2 shots coming. The foul on Jalen Cotton. Cotton with her first, team's first. At the free throw line is the 5'3" guard of Froelich. 35 seconds. Basketball season opener for the Squirrels and the Warbirds. Second free throw attempt off the mark, no good, and a nice tearaway rebound by Leonard as she took the ball away from Kendra Kaczynski. As Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they'll match in a little 2-3 zone. Ball gets swung around right-hand side for Central Cass to McKinnon. Now it goes left wing to Holzer. Holzer with the basketball there, 20 on the shot clock. She reverses it to the right-hand side, McKinnon. McKinnon back to Holzer at the top of the key, on top of a squirrel. Back up top. This is an 18-footer off the back of the mark, no good. Long rebound, though, by Central Cass. Back out to Jalen Cotton. They reverse it around the horn. That's McKinnon. Back to Holzer, right of the key. A high-arching triple off the backboard, no good. Rebound by Kaczynski. That's Kendra. Now up to Florida Froelich. Froelich lost the handle. Turnover number 2 on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And then a full court press by the Warbirds, and they will bat the ball out of bounds. One thing that Jay Bachman said in our pregame, he wants to get up and down the floor and create chaos. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they're going to go with their starting 5 and 2 girls on the bench. Central Cass will be deeper. We'll see if that has a factor as the game moves along. They break the 1-3-1 press. Nice job by Leonard going on the interior to Cotton. Give Leonard the assist and Cotton the deuce. And we have a full court press and a little hand check foul on Kaylee McKinnon, her first and the team's second as Froelich was trying to drive out of trouble. 6:06 left to play in the opening quarter. 5-0 Central Cass over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, and we get another reach and foul on. This is on McKinnon. This is going to be her second. We'll see. It'll be on Morgan Lee instead. So her first and the team's third. Little diamond full court token press as Wyndmere-Lidgerwood able to break it this time. They give it up to Florida Kaczynski, lost it now to Springer. Springer to Froelich, left wing free throw line extended, man-to-man defense by the Squirrels. A bounce pass on the inside by Froelich, and getting there a little bit too late defensively was Jalen Cotton as they were posting up Gracie Kaczynski inside. Cotton picks up the foul, her second, team's fourth, and an early substitution as Emma Kaczynski and a turnover as Central Cass comes up with it. Third turnover of the night by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Ball goes left-hand side to McKinnon. McKinnon thought about a three, instead forces one inside to Leonard. Leonard's shot partially deflected by Kaczynski. That's Kendra, and it's a ripped away and down for the Warbirds. Warbirds working it right to left as they have the basketball. Pump fake inside now to Kendra Kaczynski. She fades, she hangs, she shoots off the mark, no good. Gracie Kaczynski gets the offensive rebound, and her shot is partially deflected by McKinnon. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with the Warbirds with 21 seconds on the shot clock. Warbirds looking for their first bucket of the night. They've had 2 free throws. Both were off the mark by Froelich. Froelich at the left wing now. Back to Springer. Back to Froelich at the left pocket. They are posting up inside, and that's going to be with Kaczynski, and instead we get a turnover on a carrying violation on Drew Froelich. Turnover number 4 for the Warbirds. Jay Bachman early in this game already takes the jacket off behind the bench. Nice looking crowd here for both Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and alongside the Central Cass Squirrels. Here at Central Cass High School tonight. They hit the high post. That's Leonard. 15-footer is good. Leonard now with a game-high 5, and the Squirrels lead it by 7. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the basketball. Leonard gets the steal. She gives it now to McKinnon. McKinnon with the left-hand scoop and score! It's an end-one opportunity for Kaylee McKinnon, and you can give that credit to Leonard with the steal and the assist. A foul on Springer, her first, team's first, and a timeout on the floor brought to you by West Funeral Home and Life Tribute Center. It's the little things that make the difference. 4:54 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Central Cass 9, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood held scoreless. You're listening to Class B Girls Basketball here on The Fan. That's a shorty, Josh, please, shorty. Last foul by the Warbirds on Tiffany Springer. Again, her first, team's first. 5 turnovers already for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. That is rising. And the three-point opportunity by McKinnon. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Central Cass with their largest lead. 10-0 with 4:50 left to play here in quarter number 1. DeConte Smith into the game now for the first time for the Squirrels. As Wyndmere-Lidgerwood gets in front of the 10-second, or don't they? They don't. DeConte Smith was like a rabid dog on a bone. She was just the entire time going right on Froelich, and Froelich had to go all the way from the free throw line back underneath the rim, back to the free throw line. And by the time they were able to get the ball up the floor, it was 10 seconds. Ball goes left-hand side. Squirrels with the basketball now at the top of the key. Riley Holzer gets an extra pass to the right baseline. Jumper from 18 feet is good by Emily. Froelich with the basketball, weaving through a bunch of Squirrels. No-look pass to Kaczynski to Gracie. That's off the window, good for 2. Gracie Kaczynski with the opening points for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and give the assist to Froelich. Now it's to the right of the key. That's McKinnon. McKinnon with the rock there, leaves it to Holzer at the left-hand side. Holzer at 25 seconds on the shot clock, pops a pass, save before it goes out of bounds by McKinnon. McKinnon at the right wing, uses up that dribble, the high post, Smith. Smith with a 17-footer. Oh, she pirouetted into that shot. DeConte Smith, and now that's the 5th Squirrel to score in this one. Froelich breaks the press, gives it to Gracie Kaczynski, off the mark, no good from the left block. Rebound comes down by Emily. Now it's up the floor to Holzer. Holzer, a little shake and bake dribble, finds Smith, right short corner off the window, no good. Rebound coming down to Kendra Kaczynski. But then DeConte Smith gets the steal in the backcourt, throws it up, and it's good! Points off turnovers is an early theme in this one. 3:30 left to play in the opening quarter. It's all Central Cass, 16-2 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Warbirds have to get it across before the 10-second count, and instead Aaron Bowensinger will take a timeout as realizing that, well, they had a Warbird in trouble and will take a break as well. 3:23 left to play in the opening quarter. This timeout brought to you by West Funeral Home. It's 16-2 Central Cass over the Warbirds here on The Fan. Yes, sir. Thanks, Josh. Two timeouts are already taken now by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They got a couple left in their back pocket early on in this game. One thing that's been said about a Jay Bachman-led team is he likes to press and really just get right in and make it difficult for the opposition. They've done that so far early on. Froelich drives, gives a pass to Springer. Left wing three off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to the Squirrels, and they want to run. And getting back in transition is Morgan Lee for the easy deuce. Her first points tonight. The inbounds is stolen by Claire Cotton. Claire Cotton misses the first. Second one off the mark, no good. A putback inside off the mark by Tori Richter as well. And it's going to come down to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And now we're going to get a jump ball between Smith. Alongside with her in there for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood was Kaylee Harless. 2:54 left to play in quarter number one. The arrow will favor Central Cats as an 18-2 lead for the Squirrels. They find Smith, 17-footer. She made one from there earlier. That one comes up just a little bit short. Rebound to Claire Cotton. Ball goes left-hand side. Now the interior to Emma Lee. Back to left-hand side with Morgan Lee. Sister to sister. Back to Claire Cotton. Off the mark. Rims in and out. No good. Richter with the putback. No. Rebound by Smith, but she saved it. But her right foot was on the end line and it goes out of bounds. Kendra Kaczynski will check in for Kaylee Harless. As they have both Kaczynskis, Tiffany Springer, Drew Froelich in the game, and Zoe Bowenstengel, the daughter of Aaron. And we're going to get a officials timeout here. Just a little bit of a cut, it looks like, on Morgan Lee, so she will have to check out, and Riley Holzer will come into the game. Morgan Lee just has a little cut on her left hand as she'll get attended to on the end of the bench. This diamond full court press here by Central Cass as Froelich tries to go through it, and she picks up a blocking foul. This could be on DeConte Smith, and it will be. Smith picks up her first in the team's fifth. One thing about Froelich, she stands at 5'3", but she tries to play like a 6-footer. She's got the wheels and the speed to do so. Inbounds to Springer. They go inside. That's Kaczynski. Gracie Ditz double team. Leaves it to Springer, but it's stolen away. Riley Holzer with the steal now for Central Cass. Holzer, no look past the right baseline. That's to Richter. Back to Holzer. They reverse around the horn to Claire Cotton to left short corner to Smith, and her shot was returned by Kendra Kaczynski. Now it goes right-hand side. Is going down the lane, and a running layup by Drew Froelich is off the mark, but this foul will be on the floor. This is on Holzer, her first, and the team. Is good by Gracie Kaczynski. She's got all 4 points for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Now it's with Riley Holzer. Holzer has it at the top of the key. Right-hand side to Claire Cotton. Back to the high elbow it goes for Central Cass. Going down the lane is Emma Lee, and her shot was blocked partially by Kendra Kaczynski. And it'll stay with Central Cass. Harless checks in for Gracie Kaczynski. 1:53 left to play in the opening quarter. 14-point lead for Central Cass in Region 1 girls basketball. Glad you're tuning into the Fan on this Tuesday night as the Squirrels will run a nice inbound play, and they give it to Emma Lee on the left baseline from 15 feet. That's good. Lee now with 4. Springer traveled with the basketball then up the floor, and that's the 9th turnover according to our estimations on the Warboods. As Springer will check out, coming in will be Lauren Oster, a 5'4" freshman guard, and the Squirrels have the basketball in the front of the key. As they have it, Riley Holzer, no one's going to guard her, so Holzer will launch the 3. Off the mark, no good. A rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball. This will be possession arrow for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Checking in, Kaylee McKinnon in for DeConte Smith. Jalen Cotton with 2 fouls, the only one in foul trouble right now for Central Cass. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Tiffany Springer with the only foul. Froelich weaves through a couple of Central Cass defenders, now has it back at the top of the key. Froelich crossing over right to left. Central Cass goes a little 2-3 zone. Bounce pass left-hand side. Froelich gets the ball back at the left wing. Posting up on the interior is Kaczynski. Now she alleviates pressure at the left baseline. 15 to shoot on the shot clock. Froelich playing a 2-man game with Kaczynski. That one gets batted out of bounds by Froelich gets the ball back off the mark. No good. Inside on the running jumper. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by a Warbird. 21-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Central Cass leads at 20-4 in quarter number 1 here in Region 1 girls basketball. Ball at the top of the key. They go high post now with it. 2-3 zone continues by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. As Holzer bounce pass to Leonard across the lane to Emily. Takes a hard dribble and gets to the rim and scores. The 5'9 senior guard now has 6. Harless up the other end for the Warbirds. Finds Bowenstengel for a key. That's a 3 off the front of the rim and a clear tip out to Claire Cotton. Claire Cotton tries to go coast to coast, and she's going to pick up a foul on Bowenstengel. And Cotton will be at the free throw line shooting 2. Zoe with her first, team second. And going to the free throw line will be Claire Cotton to shoot 2. Free throw attempt number 1 by the 5'8 freshman rattles in and out. Claire Cotton, the twin sister of Delaney Cotton, also at 5'8". Free throw attempt number 2, the righty toss, rattles in and no good. Good rebound by Harless, getting the box out there for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. In the front court now it's Oster. Oster loses the rock, and it's going to be stolen away by McKinnon. McKinnon at the right wing has it. Kaylee finds a trailing Leonard. Leonard shot off the mark, no good by Kaczynski, as she was able to get a piece of that. Now to Froelich. Froelich with a 3-on-3 in transition. Froelich goes right down the lane, right-handed layup, good for 2. Drew with their opening 2 points. This is a half-court shot. Good if it goes for Central Cass off the backboard long by Riley Holzer, but it was all Central Cass in the opening first quarter. The Squirrels are 22. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood was 6. You're listening to Class B Region 1 girls basketball here on 740 The Fan. You can go a full minute, Josh. Yeah. I don't think Bob's able to get on the air, it sounds like. All right, so 1 made 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 2. Okay. Update for you on our out-of-town scoreboard. It's the Hankinson Pirates 11, Enderlin the Eagles 8 here after 1 quarter play from Castleton, North Dakota Central Cass High School. It's 22-6. The hometown Squirrels over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the Warbirds. Chase Miller with you from Central Cass. Josh on us back at our 740 The Fan studio. 6 players to score in the opening quarter for the Squirrels, as the Squirrels almost have a turnover. Froelich trying to get that rock. Now it goes left-hand side to Smith. Bounce pass up top, back to Smith. Playing a little 2-man game. Smith with the basketball. A cutting runner inside. Off the mark, no good. Now it's Froelich the other way. Froelich with a left-handed hip-high dribble and a reach and foul. This will be on Jalen Cotton. And the sophomore will pick up her 3rd, team 7th, and it's bonus time now for the Warbirds.
Riley Holzer back for
Smith gets a defensive board now for the Squirrels. Smith in the front key, leaves it right-hand side with the rock. There is Sarah Larson, a 5'6 senior guard. Gives it to left-hand side to Leonard. Leonard has her pass stolen away, but then given right back by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 2 turnovers on the Squirrels, 11 on the Warbirds. Leonard will inbound it. They look for Smith. They find Smith at the left short corner. This is a deep 3 from 20.5. In and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Froelich with the basketball, right wing, free throw line extended. Man-to-man defense by Central Cass. Froelich with the rock, takes a screen, takes a dribble pull-up at the right elbow, jumper off the mark long. Good rebound by Lennard to chase that one down in the left pocket. Lennard with the rock. She might go coast to coast. No, look past the right side, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds. That was between a Holzer. You have Kendra and Gracie Kaczynski alongside Harless out there right now for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Taking a high ball screen is Froelich. Froelich looks on the inside, nothing. Now to Springer at the left wing. Springer will tee one up from 7, make that 19 feet. Comes up short. A rebound by Holzer. Holzer with the rock, getting hounded by Froelich. Holzer finds Lennard. Lennard extra pass to the left baseline. Here comes an 18-footer. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Delaney Cotton into the scoring column now for Central Cass. That's the 7th Squirrel to score in this game. Froelich tries to answer with the 3 from the right wing. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Froelich now has 6 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's 10 points. 24-10 Squirrels lead over the Warbirds here with 6:15 left to play in the opening half. Central Cass wants an answer. A 3-pointer from the right pocket by Sarah Larson. Rattles in and out. A rebound by Froelich. Froelich with the right-handed dribble. Looks for a ball screen. Takes one by Harless. Now he's going to drive inside the paint. Throws one up, and her shot was deflected by Smith. And actually, DeConte Smith will get there and take the charge from Froelich. Drew will pick up her first, team's third for the Warbirds, in a handful of substitutions here for Central Cass. Tori Richter, Claire Cotton checks back in. And you have Emma Lee out there alongside with Holzer and DeConte Smith. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood will continue with this zone defense, a little modified at the time, 1-3-1 zone. They go the high post, now short corner to Smith. They wrap it around the horn. It ends up with Holzer's hand. She'll shoot the high arching triple, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. Holzer gets in the scoring column tonight. 27-10 a football score here with 5:35 left to play in quarter number 2. And taking a hard drive down the paint was Froelich. She crossed over right to left at the right of the key, and DeConte Smith came on the help a little bit too late. That'll be Smith's second and the team's 8th, and it's 2 shots coming for Froelich. Right now, Froelich is doing a little bit of everything. Reason why she was an all-Region 1 player last year as a sophomore. Checking in will be Zoe Bowenstignel. She'll check in for Harless, coming in for Central Cass. Morgan Lee in for Smith. But right now, if you're a Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbird fan, you need some help from Froelich. Froelich can do a lot on the floor, but you needed number 2 to really alleviate some of that pressure. Froelich goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's back to a 15-point lead for Central Cass. Ball goes right wing to Morgan Lee. Now to the right baseline to Claire Cotton. Cotton goes to the high post to Emily. She'll take a jumper from 13 feet off the mark. No good. Richter with the rebound. Her shot then was returned by Gracie Kaczynski, and now it's stolen away by Froelich. Froelich looks to go coast to coast the other way. Her Euro step runner off the mark. No good. And a rebound by Central Cass. Squirrels in the front court quickly with the basketball. That's Morgan Lee. No one's going to guard her, so she'll shoot the 18-footer inside the 3-point line, and it's good. Morgan Lee now with 4 points on the night for the Squirrels. Froelich takes a high ball screen, has it between the rings. She'll shoot the right-handed triple off the mark long. Nice rebound by Richter, but she ran right into Kaczynski, and it goes to Bowenstignel. 2 points is good by Zoe. That one pinballed a little bit inside the paint, and the Warbirds take advantage. Claire Cotton she'll shoot the left baseline triple off the backboard. No good. Rebound won by Tiffany Springer. Springer's caught between 3 Squirrels. As Springer looks to find a teammate, does. That's Zoe Bowenstignel. It's a 3-on-2. Bowenstignel uses up that dribble, goes inside to Kaczynski, and Gracie Kaczynski uses the window, and she's got 6. So that could be your number 2. Now can the Warbirds get a number 3 in the scoring column? 29-16, Squirrels lead over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Central Cass in the front court. Claire Cotton left wing jumper off the mark, no good. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood wants to run. It's Froelich to Springer. This would help. Springer left baseline 3 off the mark, no good. Long rebound saved by Bowenstignel, and then it goes right off Morgan Lee. And we're going to get a timeout here by Coach Jay Bachman. Not like what he's seeing so far here in quarter number 2. 3:53 left to play in the second quarter. Central Cass 29 and the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbirds 16. This is a West Funeral Home timeout here on 740 The Fan. You can go a minute with an ID, Josh, if we need it. Okay. In the second quarter, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the Warbirds outscoring Central Cass 10-7, but on the scoreboard after an impressive first quarter, the Squirrels lead it by 13, 29-16. Warbirds with the basketball after the timeout. Froelich with it at the left of the key. Takes the ball screen now to left baseline. 18 to shoot on the shot clock. Ball goes to Kendra Kaczynski. That jumper from 15 off the mark, no good. Rebound comes up the floor to Central Cass. Quickly down the lane. Oh, Emma Lee. She went right to left, and now she's got 8 as she just found her way right to the 10. 15-point lead again for Central Cass. Froelich has it to the right wing. Free throw line extended. Bounce pass inside. Kaczynski. She'll turn. Shoot off the mark. No good by Kendra. The rebound coming to Central Cass. McKinnon. McKinnon. Little chest pass. Right-hand side to Richter. Two-man game back to McKinnon. McKinnon with a nice power dribble down the paint. She gets fouled in the act of shooting. Help comes late, and McKinnon will be going to the line shooting 2. Kendra Kaczynski picks up the foul. Her first and the team's 4th. Kaylee McKinnon, a 5'8" sophomore forward, splashes the first free throw attempt in. Central Cass now has a team shooting 2 of 4 tonight from the charity stripe. Second free throw attempt on the way by the sophomore is good. Kaylee McKinnon now with 5. It's Central Cass 33. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 16. 3:04 left to play in half number 1. Make sure you stay tuned to our halftime report. Some highlight stats, and we'll let you know what's coming up throughout the week here on our Midwest Sports Properties as Froelich drives right into Kaylee McKinnon, and we have a jump ball on the floor. This will favor Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, and a substitution as Harless will check in for to Kaczynski. Kaczynski's turnaround jumper is in and out, no good, and Central Cass quickly up the floor, and a traveling violation on Riley Holzer up the near sideline. Turnover number 5 for Central Cass. Warbirds with the basketball. Froelich will take a screen on either side. She'll go to the right wing, uses up that dribble, finds Kaczynski. Kaczynski reversed it to Oster. Oster back to Froelich. Froelich rips it through right to left, now crosses over right to left, and she'll drive, she'll hang, she'll shoot, and it comes off the front of the rim. And a nice defensive board by Central Cass and Emma Lee as she had Kendra Kaczynski just draped on top of her. That's her second. Team's number 5. As Gracie, the younger sister, will check in for Kendra. Gracie stands at 5'9". Central Cass with the basketball. Riley Holzer, a sophomore. Also in this game, Tori Richter, a freshman. Ball goes to the aforementioned Richter. You have McKinnon, who's a sophomore. She'll put the pick on Richter. Oh, with the seal. Richter with the little John Stockton to Malone. Richter was Stockton, and you have McKinnon being Malone. McKinnon now is 7. Froelich comes down the paint. Her shot partially deflected off the mark. No good. As Lennard will check into the game for Claire Cotton. Lennard, a 5'7" senior on this team. One of the elder statesmen, and really just a couple of seniors, and that's it. No juniors, a ton of sophomores and freshmen for Coach Bachman and Central Cass. Froelich takes a hard dribble to the wing. A running jumper from 10 off the mark. No good. Now we're going to have a tie-up between Lennard and Kaczynski. Arrow will favor the Central Cass Squirrels. I'd like to thank our fan ride sponsors for getting us to and from Central Cass to Our studios in Fargo, they include CI Sport, Muscatel Ford, Line-X, Olson Pools and Spas, and Satellite Solutions. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the basketball after a turnover by Central Cass. Ball has it, top of the key to Drew Froelich. Froelich with it, takes a high ball screen and then throws it as Bowenstinger was going to cut, and she thought she was going to stay out to the right baseline, and that is a turnover on the Warbirds. That's number 13. Well, after one quarter play, it was 22-6 Central Cass, and it's a 19-point lead now for the Squirrels. Warbirds trying to get a little 6-0 run and cut into that deficit. Central Cass is looking for that haymaker punch. Jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound, put back, good for two, though, by Emily Lee now in double figures with 10, and the Squirrels have been able to get inside the paint and make some damage here tonight. Froelich at the top of the key, crossing over left to right. Man-to-man defense continued by the Squirrels. Froelich uses up that dribble now to Bowenstinger. Bowenstinger inside Harless. Turnaround jumper off the mark. No, Kaczynski from the left block, good for two. Gracie now with 8. Setting up the offense will be Holzer here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Leave it near sideline to McKinnon. McKinnon sees a Squirrel running through the lane, doesn't like a little flex offense now by Central Cass. Holzer has that to left wing, takes a couple of dribbles, drives, kick out right-hand side, off the hands of Richter. It's a scrum for it on the floor. Froelich and Richter are driving forward alongside with Oster, and we're going to have a tie-up this time. It goes to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Maxine Ebel will check into the game now for the Warbirds. Tiffany Springer back in with Froelich as well. And both Kaczynskis. Froelich with the basketball. 11-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Froelich has it, crosses over, takes a screen. The help goes under the screen, top of the key, so Froelich will shoot the three. That's off the mark, long. Rebound to Central Cass. Richter in the front court. She wants to push to Holzer. And Jake Bachman sees the shot clock is off and will ask for the final shot of 3-second violation here on the Squirrels. You had Richter and alongside Emily trying to get a little high-low touch. And instead, we're caught napping inside. Froelich with the basketball. She crosses the timeline now. Takes a high ball screen, right-hand side. Froelich at the top. That's going to go to Ebel. Her shot was blocked, and now it goes to Leonard with 7. Leonard with 6. Leonard with the pass, but double dribbled at the basketball. Turnover by the Squirrels, and Leonard just put her head up and down and goes, yep, committed that one. So 4.6 seconds now for the Warbirds. I'm trying to get a shot up before we get to half. Froelich on the sideline, bounce pass. It's going to go to Kaczynski, up the floor to Springer. Springer has to shoot it before the buzzer. She cannot, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. After one half of play tonight from Central Cass, it is the hometown Central Cass Squirrels 37 and the visiting Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbirds 18. Our halftime reports coming up next here on 740 The Fan. Two minutes with the highlight. Josh, if you got it, please. Thank you, sir. is all coming up here at the half. Again, 37-18. Central Cass leads it over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here on 740 The Fan. Okay. They're going over the phone with Bob. At least they got him on the phone. Okay, thank you, Josh. Some of the first half highlights here on 740 The Fan, 107.3 FM, and alongside 740thefan.com. It's been all Central Cass, 37-18 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Again, the Squirrels with 8 players in the scoring column, led by Emma Lee with 10 points. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the Warbirds, Drew Froelich, and you have Gracie Kaczynski with 8 points apiece for the Warbirds. Coming up next for our high school basketball game on Thursday night right here on these airwaves on The Fan, we'll go into the state of Minnesota, little boys hoops. It's Detroit Lakes at Hawley. That'll be on Thursday night at 7:30 right here on 740 The Fan and 107.3 FM. On Saturday, December the 7th, this Saturday, it's the SEC Championship game, Georgia and LSU. That'll be at 3 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, we go back a week from tonight. We dip back into a little high school basketball. Hawley at Oak Grove and girls hoops. That'll be on Tuesday night on The Fan. And on 104.7 Duke FM, we'll go into Class A. The West Fargo Packers at the Fargo Shanley Deacons. That'll be on 104.7 Duke FM. A doubleheader. Girls will tip at 5:45 with the boys to follow at 7:30. Score between a Region 2 and Region 1. Region 2, Hillsborough Central Valley leads it over Region 1, Fargo Oak Grove. It's the Burrows 13, the Grovers 9 after one quarter play in Region 1 and Region 2. Little non-region action girls basketball. Dates to make note of again. The Region 1 tournament play-in round will be on February the 20th. If you're a top 5 seed, you don't have to worry about playing in that. But Region 1 again, February the 20th. Will be the play-in games, and on the 24th, 25th, and 28th, those will be the quarterfinals, and alongside semis on the 25th, and the championship on the 20th. And check that the top 3 teams. The top 3 teams, again, get a bye into that quarterfinal round, which is something you want to get because instead of having to win 4 games to get to state, you just have to win 3. And the state tournament this year will be at the Betty, March 5th through the 7th in Grand Forks. Start this third quarter play, Central Cass with the basketball. They'll have it with Riley Holzer. Holzer in the backcourt. Little zone defense here by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Holzer leaves it right-hand side to Morgan Lee. Morgan Lee wraps a pass inside to Cotton. Back to Holzer. Now to Lee. Lee at the right baseline. She's in a spot-on triple, and it's good for 2. Morgan Lee from downtown Castleton. She's got 7, and we get a tie up in the backcourt by Kaylee McKinnon and Kendra Kaczynski. Squirrels will come out with their starting 5 of Lennard, McKinnon, Lee, Holzer, and Jalen Cotton. Full court press broken this time by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood as they have it up the floor. Gracie Kaczynski goes across the paint to Harless, and an and-one opportunity. Kaylee McKinnon got her hand caught in the cookie jar. McKinnon with her second, team's first, and Harless will be going to the free throw line for that good old-fashioned three-point opportunity. Springer, Froelich, Harless, Kendra, and Gracie Kaczynski on the floor for the Warbirds. Free throw attempt upcoming by Harless off the mark, no good. Off the right fingertip of Kendra Kaczynski, and now in the midst of Central Cass. Morgan Lee, check that. Yep, Morgan Lee with the basketball. Now to Kaylee McKinnon on a weaving action to the top of the key. That's Jalen Cotton, 18-footer off the heel of the rim. Rebound comes down to Riley Holzer inside. She's got 4 Warbirds on her. Kick-out pass right-hand side now to McKinnon. McKinnon back to Holzer. Holzer at the right baseline. High arching triple off the front of the rim, no good. A rebound will come down to Central Cass. Put back by Cotton is short, and a board now to the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbirds. Froelich up the floor going left to right as we see it. No one's going to guard her, so she'll come into a 13-footer, nothing but the bottom of the net. Froelich now in double figures with 10. Squirrels 40, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 22, 6:45 left to play in the third quarter. Ball goes back up to Holzer. Holzer rips it through left-hand side. Shot fake by McKinnon. Takes 2 dribbles. Her shot inside was rejected by Kaczynski. Now it goes to Lennard. Lennard at the left baseline. No. Offensive rebound by the Squirrels, though, to Morgan Lee. Now to the right elbow. It goes to Cotton. Back to Lee. Lee will shoot the 3. No. Rebound to Central Cass. They are pesky on the boards here in this third quarter. Jumper from 17 by McKinnon. But another offensive board. This will be by Jalen Cotton, and she is fouled on the floor. That's 4 offensive rebounds that possession for the Squirrels. Harless.
Haley Harless, her first
And looks for a cutting teammate. Nothing there to lean. Bow goes to Cotton. Back up top. High arching triple by Holzer off the back of the rim. No good. And we're going to have a tie-up as Harless was on the inside with Lennard. Possession arrow will favor Central Cass Squirrels. Coming up, we'll name you our CI Sport Player of the Game. CI Sport is your #1 source for corporate, collegiate, and high school apparel. For more, visit cisport.com. On the inbounds goes right down Broadway to Belle Lennard. Lennard with the right-hand runner, good for 2. Full court press broken by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The jumper is off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Central Cass. They want to run. They want to run in transition, and they want a gun. McKinnon to Lennard. Lennard has a little 4-0 run, and the Squirrels are now doubling up Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. It's 44-22. Froelich is able to get it across the 10-second count. She does. She flips it fast to the left-hand side to Kaczynski. Off the mark, no good by Gracie. The rebound tipped and won by Morgan Lee. Lee goes a little 2-on-2. Kick out Lennard. Lennard 18-footer at the left wing. It's good. Oh, it's all Lennard in the third quarter. And Lennard has now 6 in this third quarter alone. Central Cass gets a steal in the backcourt. That's to Morgan Lee. Goes right to Kaylee McKinnon, and McKinnon finishes with 2 points. And just like that, the Squirrels have an 8-0 run, and they now lead 48-22 with 5:13 left to play in quarter number 3. It's Central Cass and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood in the Region 1 girls basketball season opener. Again, Squirrels lead at 48-22 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here on The Fan. You can take a full minute, Josh, if we need it. 5:13 left to play in quarter number 3. The timeout brought to you by West Funeral Home. Full court press by Central Cass. They lead it 48-22, and Froelich dribbles it off her left shoe up the far sideline, and a turnover on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, their 17th of the basketball game, and the Squirrels will have it in the front court with Riley Holzer. Richter out the right wing on this 2-3 zone. Bounce pass instead goes to the high elbow to Emma Lee. Back to Richter, now to Holzer. Holzer pops the pass to the left short corner to Morgan Lee. Back up top, bounce pass to Holzer. Holzer with the basketball, rips it through, finds Richter. Now to DeConte Smith, comes back off the bench here in the second half. A little shimmy by Holzer, extra pass to Richter, 10 to shoot on the shot clock. They go to Morgan Lee. Lee with a nice spin shot, and she shoots. She was fouled in the act of shooting, and she'll go to the free throw line, shooting a pair. Ebo picks up the foul, her first, team second at the line with the nice turnaround jumper by Morgan Lee. Lee first free throw attempt is a little bit long. Substitution as Tiffany Springer will come in for Froelich. Lee has 7 points on the night. That's Morgan Lee, her sister of Emily, in double figures with 10. Second free throw attempt rattles in and out. No good. Rebound by Kaczynski. Ball goes up the floor to Bowenstengel. Bowenstengel with the rock. She'll come into a three. No one's going to guard her, so she'll shoot it, and she finds gold at the end of the rainbow. Bowenstengel now with 5. A little bench scoring there by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Ball goes left-hand side to Smith. Smith with a jumper off the mark. No good. 17-footer from the left baseline. Rebound comes down to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood as Springer with the rock. Springer uses up that dribble. Goes to the high post now to Kendra Kaczynski. Back to Springer to Bowenstengel. Bowenstengel at the right wing, takes a couple of dribbles, goes inside to Kaczynski, back up top to Springer. Springer goes to Gracie Kaczynski. Turnaround jumper at the left elbow, no. Rebound's going to be on the forward between Smith and Ebel, and we have a tie-up, and it will stay Warbird basketball. Claire Cotton, a 5'8 freshman, she'll come in for Morgan Lee. She's the younger sister of Jalen Cotton and also the twin of Delaney Cotton. So you have 3 sisters from the Cottons and 2 sisters from the Lees to make up a starting lineup, you could essentially, for Central Cass. Inbound goes off the backboard, goes out of bounds, and so will go to Central Cass on the turnover. Squirrels with the rock with Riley Holzer, the 5'6 sophomore. 2-3 zone continues by the Warbirds. Bounce pass to Richter at the right wing. Richter with the little shimmy and a shake, but her shot was deflected and then blocked out of bounds by Kendra Kaczynski. Richter, though, at 5'6", went up against that 6-footer. Kendra just got her right mid on that one. Ball goes to Holzer. Now back up top to Clara Cotton. Around the horn, they work it now left baseline. Jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net by Emma Lee. Lee now at 12. 50-25 with 3:30 left to play in quarter number 3. It's all Central Cass. And the Squirrels get a steal, and we get a foul by Bowenstengel. Zoe will pick up her second, team's third, as Froelich will check in for Springer. Central Cass with 1 foul in the second half, and 1 player really in foul trouble with Jalen Cotton with 3. Holzer at the point, leaves it to Richter. Richter with it there now to the right baseline in the hands of Emma Lee. Lee back to Richter. Richter with the triple team, and it gets kicked out of bounds by Bowenstengel, and will stay with Central Cass. Fourth. Jumper by Richter at the right baseline, short, but stolen away by DeConte Smith. That Smith gets the ball back, and she is fouled in the act of shooting. Smith just literally stole the basketball by Kaczynski. And then the foul comes on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, and this one is going to be on Ebel, her second and the team's 4th. I'll say it was a foul on the floor, so the Squirrels will keep it on the inbounds. Froelich almost goes into the scores table, as the Squirrels will keep it. Claire Cotton, good-looking 5'8 freshman forward, was able to get a handful of minutes and points in the JV game, and Coach Bachman said in our pregame show for Central Cass, hey, they got 5 players, but they'll go 3, 4, 5, possibly even more deep in a game. As DeConte Smith, her shot was blocked as she had a nice spin move, blocked on the inside. Then she looked for a little outlet, and as she did, she turned the ball over and a turnover on the Squirrels. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the rock. Froelich has it. Top of the key. Man-to-man defense continued by Central Cass. Froelich, little crossover. Left to right, then back right to left. No-look bounce pass to Bowenstengel. Back to Froelich at the right wing. She goes inside the paint. Uses up her dribble. A lazy bounce pass. That goes to the right-hand side of Kaczynski. And blocked by DeConte Smith. Smith now looks to go coast to coast. Right-handed dribble, a little hesitation, bounce pass across the lane that goes to Holzer. Holzer to Richter at the right-hand side. Richter now to Cotton. That's Claire. She'll shoot the three from the right baseline long. Rebound, though, won by Cotton over Froelich. Inside Smith. No-look bounce pass. Richter with the right-hand layup, and it's good for two. Tori Richter with her first points in this contest. DeConte Smith gets the steal after a little press by the Central Cass Squirrels, and Smith goes a little 3-on-2, and Smith goes hard inside the paint, picks up a foul, and she'll be going to the line. Ebel picks up her third, and the team's fifth. As DeConte Smith at the free throw line. 9 Central Cass Squirrels have scored in this ball game. As Smith has 4 points on the night, trying to add to that here from the free throw line. Free throw attempt number 1, a little bit long. Substitution as Lennard, Jalen Cotton, and Kaylee McKinnon return for Central Cass. You have Harless on the floor alongside with Springer back in this game for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 1:59 left to play in the third quarter. It's Central Cass 52. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 25. Free throw attempt number 2 by DeConte Smith. In and out, no good. Rebound 1 inside, though, by Jalen Cotton. Cotton then lost it for a minute. It was saved by Bowenstengel. That was a problem because it was saved right to Richter. Richter with the right-handed layup, good for 2. You can't blame Bowenstengel for the hustle. It's just she saved it underneath her own rim, and it went right to a squirrel. Ball goes left-hand side now for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with Froelich. Froelich gets a little hip check. That's going to be on Richter, her first, and the team's second. 1:35 left to play in quarter number 3. Central Cass 54, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 25. Warbirds with Bowenstengel will inbound the basketball. Bowenstengel goes inside. That's going to be off the hands of Grace Kaczynski right into the midst of a Central Cass Squirrel. And that's Kaylee McKinnon. McKinnon will look to go coast to coast, left-handed layup off the mark. Rebound by Lennard. Kick out to Cotton, and that's a 3, and it's good. Jalen Cotton goes from downtown. She's got 5. Her first three-pointer of the night for Jalen Cotton. 57-25 Central Cass. Froelich uses up that dribble. She'll shoot a college range 3 at the top of the key. Long rebound to Central Cass. Now it's to Lennard. Lennard with the rock. Now to Richter. Richter, a little Euro step through the paint, throws it up, and she'll be going to the line shooting 2 here for the Squirrels, and Froelich will be the guilty party. Her second and the team's 6th. Richter at the free throw line. Her first free throw attempts of the season for the 5'6" freshman guard. That's off the mark, and Central Cass 0 for 5 in this third quarter from the charity stripe. As Oster will check in for Froelich. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way for Richter, and that one rattles home. Richter now with 5 points. Squirrels lead it 58-25 with 55 seconds here in the third quarter. Ball at the top of the key, left-hand side now to Bowenstengel. Bowenstengel goes inside as DeConte Smith was trying to front Gracie Kaczynski. There's going to be a foul here on Smith. Might have had her arm just around her just a bit. That foul's going to be number 3 on DeConte Smith, and the third team foul. Sarah Larson, a 5'6" senior guard, will come in for Lennard, as Bowenstengel will check it in for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Bowenstengel finds Springer at the left wing. Back to left-hand side to Bowenstengel. 17-footer off the mark. No good. Long rebound won by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The Warbirds with Springer. Springer will shoot it from the right side, and that's off the backboard low. Rebound to Smith. Smith's going to push up the floor to Larson. Larson with the bounce pass across the lane. Now it goes to McKinnon. McKinnon goes right down the paint to Cotton, and Jalen Cotton with a nice step and a rip and a throw and a finger roll to boot. Cotton with 7 points in this one. Warbirds with the basketball under 20 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with Springer to left-hand side. Inside pass, the shot by Kaczynski, partially deflected by Smith in the hands of Jalen Cotton up the floor to Richter. Now it's with Richter, and they want to run, and the Squirrels are making this a track meet. Richter now has 7. As Springer will have to force one before the third quarter. She cannot, and it's all Central Cass here in the second half. What was a 37 halftime lead has grown and ballooned to a 62-25 third quarter lead here for Central Cass. It's Central Cass 62, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 25. You're listening to Class B Region 1 Girls Basketball here on The Fan. Thank you, sir. Team's 7 shooting 2 at the line will be Belle Lennard, and Lennard makes the first one. Lennard now ties a team-high 12 points with Emily for Central Cass. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way for Lennard. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The Squirrels now 6 of 13 from the free throw line with their largest lead of the game, 64-25, 7:40 left to play here in quarter number 4. Springer with the basketball. Springer has it right-hand side. Now in the hands of Kaczynski. That's Kendra to Gracie. Gracie had a double team come. It's still on the floor. Coming up with it is going to be Jalen Cotton. She bounce passes it right to Harless. Kick out right-hand side for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. That'll be Kendra Kaczynski. Then a foul here on the Warbirds. This might be on Harless. And it will be. Harless will pick up the foul, her second. Team's 8th, and with 7:24 left to play in the fourth quarter, Central Cass will have a bonus opportunity here. Make one to get one free throw attempt. Squirrels now with 9 players in the scoring column. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, it's 5 players, but they've been led by Drew Froelich with 10 points. At the free throw line, shooting 2. Will be shooting, make one to get one, will be Morgan Lee. Free throw attempt by Morgan is good. Morgan now with 8 points on the night. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming for Miss Lee. That is in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Lennard. Kick out pass to the left of the block, off the mark. Jumper, no, by Emily, but another board and another steal here for Central Cass. Squirrels with the basketball to Holzer. Holzer will come into a three-pointer that's short, and a long rebound goes out of bounds to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Warbirds will make a couple of substitutions as Zoe Bowensingle will check in alongside with Maxine Ebel. Harless will check out, and Kendra Kaczynski as well for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Warbirds, early on, this was a good test for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood to kind of see where they stand atop Region 1. Again, coming into this one as the Warbirds throw it away. Bowensingle at the left wing was looking on the inside for Grace Kaczynski. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood really getting a test early on here because Central Cass, one of those teams with Enderlin, Northern Cass, you thought would challenge a Kindred or Richland of the world here in Region 1. And the Squirrels, even the backboard is open at 8:30 on a Tuesday night with Jalen Cotton. Cotton now with 9 points. And then we get a turnover here on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, so the Squirrels will get the ball back as we're into running time now in the fourth quarter. 67-25. Central Cass leads it as they inbound the basketball to Cotton. That's Jalen Cotton, goes right to a give and go. Emily with the 2 points. Lee now with 14 and give Jalen Cotton the assist. 69-25. Squirrels lead it over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Froelich with the basketball will go right to left. Had it for a second, lost it, back on the deck. Now it's thrown away by Lennard. Lennard has the rock. Left-handed dribble, stop, pop, shoot, and comes up short from 4 feet. Good box up by Bowensingle. Hitting back defensively for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Warbirds with the basketball as that goes across, partially deflected to Springer. Springer with a high arching triple off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Central Cass. Squirrels with the rock with Holzer. Holzer will slow up the tempo and now run some offense here for Jay Bachman and the Squirrels. Ball goes to the right short corner to Lennard, now to the right wing. A jumper on the way, no good by Morgan Lee. Tip out rebound to Holzer. Holzer with the chest pass across the paint. Now it goes to Jalen Cotton. Her jumper from 14 feet is good. Cotton now in double figures with 11. And Central Cass, trying to be a team that finishes better than their fourth place mark last year in Region 1, looks awfully good on opening night. Froelich crossing over right to left. Nice pass to Gracie. Kaczynski off the window, good for 2. Kaczynski now in double figures with 10. That was almost a no-look pass by Drew Froelich. Squirrels with the basketball in the front court. They go to Lennard. Lennard at the left baseline, rips it through right to left, throws one off the window, good for 2. Belle Lennard with 15 points, and we have a substitution timeout here as Coach Bachman calls the timeout. And we'll have a fresh new 5 for Central Cass. As the Squirrels have the basketball. After that one with the jumper by Lee, quick timeout, and now Wyndmere-Lidgerwood will handle the rock. Oster with the basketball in the front court, hounded by Claire Cotton. Ball goes up top in the hands of Ashley Mauk. Mauk in the game, turnover, now it's stolen away. This is Delaney Cotton. Delaney Cotton right-handed, layup off the mark, no good. Ball gets deflected right to Smith. Smith with a bounce pass to Claire Cotton. Claire Cotton, her shot was blocked, but a body foul on Ashley Mauk. A 6-foot junior forward will pick up her first and the team's 9th. Claire Cotton will shoot it. Cotton 0 for 2 on the night from the free throw line. Trying to be the 10th Squirrel in the scoring column tonight. With a free throw attempt, and she does it. Squirrels have a chance to reach 75 here with free throw attempt number 2 by Cotton, and it's good. Clara Cotton goes 2 for 2 from the line, and Central Cass looks like an early Region 1 contender here in the season opener with what they've been able to do here tonight with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Bounce pass on the inside goes to Mauk. Mauk goes inside the lane, and a traveling violation. Turnover on the Warbirds. The question is, can you knock off your rival and also the king on the block in the Kindred Vikings once you get to February and try to get to state? Squirrels with the rock with DeConte Smith. They're looking back door to Sarah Larson, and DeConte Smith shot she was going to the right post instead of to the paint. Turnover on the Central Cass Squirrels. In the front court now for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they have it with Springer. Springer looks to the right-hand side, stolen away. This will be with Claire Cotton. Cotton looks to go coast-to-coast, right-handed. Layup off the window with a nice kiss. Good for 2. Another turnover on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. That's 25 now on the night for the Warbirds. Ball goes up top to Mauk. Mauk has it at the right elbow, leaves it right wing, back inside to Mauk. Double team comes. She doesn't care. She's going to throw one up off the right block. No good. Rebound by Smith. Smith a little 2-on-1 bounce pass across the paint to Claire Cotton, who's fouled in the act of shooting. And Cotton's going to the free throw line.
Number 23, Mauk gets her second personal. Claire Cotton's at the line.
Looking inside for Mauk. They give it to Mauk. Mauk spins, turns, hangs, shoots, and her shot's off the mark, and it's going to go off the hands of DeConte Smith. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 2:30 to play in regulation. Ball goes left-hand side. Jumper from the left wing off the mark. No good by Springer. Saved, though, by Oster. Right to the right-hand side of Ebel. Ebel passes it left-hand side to Bowen. Single off the mark. No good. And a foul here upcoming on Central Cass after an offensive rebound.
Also number 23,
baseline. Now to Tiffany Springer. Springer to Oster. Oster will shoot the high arching triple, and it's good. Lauren Oster in the scoring column with her first 3 points on this Tuesday night. Claire Cotton leaves it right-hand side to Sarah Larson. Larson with the ball screen there, looks back up top, nothing given as they reverse it around the horn to Claire Cotton. Claire Cotton with it back up top for the Squirrels, now with 20 to shoot on the shot clock. DeConte Smith at the right of the key. She'll shoot the tree. That's off the mark, no good, but she gets a long offensive rebound to the right baseline, bounce pass inside, extra pass to the right. That's a high arching jumper off the mark, no good. A board comes down from Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and a foul on Claire Cotton, her first and the team's fifth. Tori Richter returns for Jay Bachman and the Central Cass Squirrels. Warbirds will inbound the basketball as they do to Tiffany Springer. Springer has it at the top of the key, takes the ball screen to left-hand side, uses up that dribble now to Oster. Oster with the rock to Bowen Stingle left wing. She'll shoot the three. That was halfway down and rattled out. Rebound by Central Cass. Richter with the rock, leaves it left-hand side as they go inside for Central Cass. Nice spin move, hang, shoot, and score. And now Wyndmere-Lidgerwood will handle the basketball as they leave it to left-hand side. Warbirds with it back up top to Claire Cotton. Cotton leaves it to Bowen Stingle. Bowen Stingle, three-pointer in and out, no good. The rebound, though, by the Squirrels. Squirrels quickly up the floor with Richter and Jay Bachman just saying, hold it up here, don't shoot, as Central Cass will win this one 81-30, as they just need to milk out the final opening seconds of this season opener, and they will improve to 1-0 on the season. The Squirrels with a very impressive 81-30 win, and that is your final. The Squirrels win it at home 81-30 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. When we come back, we'll get to our CI Sport Player of the Game, some highlights, and our stat package as well. Again, your final 81-30. Central Cass wins it over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood on the Fan. Can you go three, Josh?
Who's number 44 for you guys?
Number 44.
That scored the last bucket.
Peyton Nelson.
Nelson?
Yep.
Thank you. Two for 6. Okay, thanks, Josh. Okay. Okay. All Central Cass, they came out early and it got to a 9-0, and then they extended it to a 16-2 lead early in the first quarter, and they would go on to win at home in the season opener 81-30 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The Warbirds fall to 0-1 on the season, while Central Cass Squirrels, they improve to 1-0 on the year. The leading scorer for Central Cass, Belle Lennard, with 15 points. That is a game high, and you heard coming back from break for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, one of those to lead the scoring way was Drew Froelich. She had 10, and Gracie Kraczynski with 10 points as well for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the Warbirds. The Central Cass Squirrels, 10 players in the scoring column. They finished 11 of 17 from the free throw line and 4 made three-pointers. They were led again by Lennard with 15 points. You had Emily with 14 in double figures, and in 11 with Jalen Cotton as well for Central Cass. 9 points from Kaylee McKinnon, 8 points from Morgan Lee, 7 from Tori Richter, 6 points with Claire Cotton, 4 points with DeConte Smith, 3 with Riley Holzer with 3. That was a three-pointer in the second quarter, and 2 points with Peyton Nelson as well. So 15 again by Lennard, 14 by Lee, 11 in double figures for Jalen Cotton for the Central Cass Squirrels. For the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warbirds, too many turnovers cost them in this one. They finished 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 3 made three-pointers, and 5 players in the scoring column, led by the double-digit effort of Drew Froelich with 10 points and Gracie Kaczynski with 10 points as well. 5 points coming for Zoe Bowen-Stingle, 3 points for Lauren Oster, and 2 points from Kaylee Harless in this one for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. When we come back, we'll name you our CI Sport Player of the Game. CI Sport, your number one source for corporate, collegiate, and high school apparel. Again, your final, Central Cass wins this one 81-30 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. You're listening to Class B Region 1 Girls Basketball here on 740 The Fan. Is this the last break here, Josh? Okay, sounds good. We're going to get Jay on here, and then if you can record this, Josh, that would be great. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Jay, how's everything sound to your ears? Can you hear it? All right, sounds good. All right, Jay, can you say one or two lovely things into the mic?
Hello, how are you doing today?
There we go, perfect, awesome. If you want to come back with a highlight, Josh, you're more than welcomed. That was a good team effort as you wanted.
Yeah, I don't even know what any of the scores were. Oh, yeah. 15, 14, 11. She had 11 in a quarter and a half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Jeez.
Okay. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, as we mentioned, too many turnovers, a good opening test to figure out where they're going to be in terms of Region 1. They're one of the teams that's kind of in that middle if you had a preseason poll to say who might be 4, 5, 6. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood still with some work to be done, but they had to go up against a very good Central Cass team. And the Central Cass Squirrels win it 81-30 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. We'll get to our CI Sport Player of the Game here in a moment. But first, let's be joined now by Central Cass head girls basketball coach. That's Jay Bachman. And Jay, we talked about it on the pregame show. You kind of said, hey, we can roll 8, 9, maybe 10 girls out there on any given night, and that's what you had, 10 girls in the scoring column in this one, and it just seemed like everybody had maybe their 3 or 4 minutes where they got going scoring, kind of like Lennard did in the third quarter, and when you get that as a coach, where it's not just one player that's going to put double figures up a night, but you have 3 girls doing it, what does that do for a guy like you, Jay?
I mean, it makes us hard to stop. You know, I'm sure if you ask Erin on the other side over there who she wants to stop, she probably couldn't tell you. And I know that's what happened for us last year is we just have so many different options that we are a hard team to stop, and everyone does their part, and we play a very team basketball game. It was awesome to see. The girls were excited. We've been waiting 10 months for this, and we were excited the whole game, and after the game, we were still just jacked and excited, and that's awesome to see.
And, you know, I take a look at Riley Holzer, who was an all-region player last year, and she only finished with 3 points, but she did a lot of the work of getting girls open, getting the offense set. And then you look at, you know, Emily, what she was able to do in the first half. When you get someone like Emily coming off the bench with 10 points, that just adds on to already what a Lennard can do, or DeConte Smith, or one of the Cottons for your team, Jay.
Yeah, Emma, I mean, at halftime, I said, keep shooting. Like she was like 4 of 5 from the field probably. She had an awesome half, and she can do that off the bench. She did that for us last year. She started a few games. She got sick for a while, and then she came off the bench towards the end of the year. And she's so calm, cool, and collected that it's just off the bench. She's just so reassuring to all the other girls. Whereas DeConte, she's more of a spark plug. Emma's more of that. I'm going to do my job, and everyone knows that I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do.
Is DeConte Smith the definition of a bull in the china shop sometimes? Just, I mean, she doesn't care about if she's going to hit someone or not.
No.
She sees a ball and she wants to go grab the ball. So how do you make sure that you kind of tell her, hey, it's fine to be physical, but we need you for all 32 minutes sometimes?
So last year when she was in 8th grade, she got in foul trouble quite a bit. Tonight she was early on. She got 2 quick ones, but it wasn't too bad. You know, she's the girl that you just have to. It's just a constant. Got to play smart. Got to play within yourself. She's going to go for those balls that most girls can't even dream of going for, and that's just because she's so athletic. Now, with that being said, the supporting cast around her knows that they need to help her, and she needs to do those things, and they really work well together, and they feed off of each other, because as soon as someone's down, we're patting them on the back. We're saying it's okay, get the next one, and that's what I think really takes is we do have that bull in the china shop, but we still have the other girls around her and supporting each other, which is huge.
Last thing for you, again, the Central Cass girls basketball head coach Jay Bachman, again, an 81-30 win over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. I realize it's just one game, but do you feel like this was a nice kind of statement win of what this team possibly could do if it plays very similar, which was an up-and-down pace, which was a game that you wanted to pressure, and you were able to pressure Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and have the balanced attack like you did tonight, Jay?
Yep. So this, I don't want to say statement win because there's definitely things that we can clean up. There was a time there where we were up 20. They went on a little run, and I think it got down to like 13, where, we got definitely things we can clean up. Is this exactly where we want to be? No. I feel like we're even better than what we showed tonight. The girls know that we're better than what we showed tonight. And we're still getting in the mix. Like when you play 8 girls, 9 girls, everyone's got to know their role, and finding how to do that is going to take some time. And we looked good tonight. Wyndmere struggled with our pressure a little bit, but they're a good team. Last year they took us to overtime, and I think that we kind of caught them off guard a little bit in the first game. I think if we played them in the middle of the season, I think it'd be a little closer, because they are a good team. We just kind of caught them off guard tonight. Erin does a good job down in Wyndmere, coaching her girls up. So I'm not going to say I wouldn't want to play them again, but they would definitely be a closer game if we played later.
And like a true coach, always stuff to work on, even after a nice victory for game number 1. Jay, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
That, again, the head coach for Central Cass, the Squirrels, Jake Botman. The Squirrels go to 1-0 on the season with an 81-30 win over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. We're back after this with our CI Sport Player of the Game. Again, your final 81-30. Central Cass gets the win over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood in Class B Region 1 girls basketball here on The Fan.
We're gonna go probably with Bell or Emily. I mean, Leonard had that run in the third quarter.
Yeah, that carried us over the edge.
Yeah, it just kind of cemented everything.
It did.
I would say.
We kind of had 4, which I figured she'd had more.
She was everywhere though.
Oh yeah, she is. And so was Riley. Like they needed them to score much, but they probably played most minutes. Like they're just all over the place.
And Riley just had some shots where it just wasn't going.
Yeah,
but you could definitely tell she got the offense going. She got everyone composed.
What I use to term her as, she's our general. Like she knows where everyone's supposed to be all the time.
No. And same thing with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They just need another person. Froelich. I was saying, they had like Froelich early, and they got kind of the Kaczynski girls on the inside, but they need that second guard.
Yeah.
They need that second guard play. Yeah. So we'll see. Bowenstengel could be that guard. Oster could help, but they just need another.
Is Bowenstengel a freshman though?
What was that?
Is Bowenstengel a freshman?
Yeah. So you're going through the growing pains, especially if you didn't play varsity last year.
She didn't also.
So.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Jay. Thank you very much.
Anything, let me know.
I will do so. Thank you, sir.
All right. If you got any Leonard highlights again, Josh, you can do like a little mini montage, 1 or 2 highlights here if you got a couple, please. If not, don't worry about it. And then I'll send you photos of the box score here. Okay. And it was all Leonard in the third quarter, which her little run there was a 6-0 run, really gave Central Cass the lead that they were looking for to start that second half. They were up 37-18, but all of a sudden you look up, you got a little 6-0 run by Leonard. At that point, it was a 10-2 run to start the third quarter, and it was all but over at that point where Central Cass really flexed their muscle. They go on to win it by a final of 81-30, and our CI Sport Player of the Game is the aforementioned Belle Leonard, the 5'7" senior, one of the 3 seniors on the Central Cass team this year, and one of the heavy veterans, and she looked like it tonight on the season opener. Belle Leonard is our CI Sport Player of the Game. CI Sport, your #1 source for corporate, collegiate, and high school apparel. For more, make sure you check out the website of CISport.com. Some finals in for you. Sargent Central picks up a win over Edgeley-Cullum Montpelier 43-34. And in Region 1 action, the Hankinson Pirates improved to 1-0 with a 50-43 win over the Enderlin Eagles. That game played at Hankinson, 50-43. The Pirates pick up the win over the Eagles earlier tonight. And in a crossover game of Region 1 and Region 2, Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Oak Grove, it's the Burros 35, Oak Grove 29 after 3 quarters of play. And a final, Richland defeats Lisbon tonight 67-38. Megan Rube with 47 points for Richland. She scored 47 of the team's 67 points tonight. Again, Richland gets the job done 67-38. That is a final in Region 1 girls basketball. Where our next high school broadcast, that'll be Thursday night, Detroit Lakes at Hawley and boys basketball. Bob Roars will have the call for you at 7:30. And coming up a week from tonight right here on The Fan, we go back into a little North Dakota meets Minnesota. It's Hawley at Oak Grove in girls basketball on Thursday, December the 7th. December the 10th, that is, at 7:30, and also a doubleheader on Duke FM on a week from tonight. West Fargo at Fargo-Shanley in Class A girls basketball. Your final again, Central Cass wins at 81-30. They were led by the 15 points by Belle Leonard. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 2 players in scoring column in double figures with Drew Froelich and alongside Gracie Korchinski, both with 10 points. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 0-1 on the season. The Squirrels, with a nice win, they improved to 1-0. Thanks in part to our following sponsors of Paul's Electric, Lidgerwood Lumber JD, and Buffalo Wings and Rings as well. Of course, our West Funeral Home and CI Sport in-game sponsors for bringing you high school athletics here from Central Cass High School. Big tip of the cap to Josh Linus. Always does a nice job back at our 740 The Fan Studios. On behalf of Chief Engineer Al Murray, Sports Director Jack Michaels, I'm Chase Miller repeating tonight's final. Central Cass wins at 81-30 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Enjoy the rest of your night. ESPN programming is coming up next here on The Fan.